She's the best. She's a favorite. She's both. I don't care what you say. I'm excited about today's video because I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite / best luxury purchases of 2021. My list is actually fairly short. I had a few more handbags on my wish list for this year that I didn't end up getting, but there are still some items that I purchased this year that I am in love with, and I thought it would still be helpful to share them in case you are interested in any of them. Okay, let me start with one of my absolute favorites. This list isn't in any particular order. I'm just picking the things that I loved this year at random. So the first item is my Chanel classic card holder. I am obsessed. It's beautiful, like I can't explain it. I'm gonna hold it closer so you can kind of see. Let's cover my face. Oh, there we go. Ever since I unboxed it, I have literally been using it non-stop. I literally transfer it to every bag that I use. I thought I was gonna be a bit like, oh, I might just put like my one card in it, but I've really been using it. It's got a few cards in it at the moment. It's actually quite roomy in the middle, I have to say. You can get in and out of it really easily, and then obviously you've got the slot at the front and then 2 slots at the back. It's actually really practical as well as like just luxurious. I mean, this is a bloody expensive card holder, OMG. And to be honest, I really need to peel this off. Every time I think, oh, I'm gonna peel it off, I'm like, oh no, don't, just wait. Ridiculous. Okay, since we are talking about SLGs, this little card holder, no, key pouch from Louis Vuitton. I talked about this in my unboxing. No, it was a haul a few weeks ago. I'll link it. It came in stock and I was like, get it. And I'm actually really glad that I did because it's just really handy. Like, it's really good when you don't want to bring like another card holder, because I can put my cards in here, some cash, and a bit of change, and my keys, and it's like my one-stop shop. So it's actually very handy and I love that. I would say though, like, you can fit a lot of cards in here, but that's just not practical because you have to take them all out to be able to see them. This is definitely a favorite. No, this is definitely a best purchase, I would say. Like, favorite being like, oh, I love you, and best being like, you're a workhorse. This is a best purchase. This is a workhorse. So yes, love this. Where should we go next? Let me do 2 handbags I never actually shared on my channel. So these are my 2 Longchamp bags that I bought this year. This is the large Le Pliage tote with the brown handles, just the classic black one, and then I got this. I think this is like more of a seasonal color, like it only came out for this year, could be wrong, but this, I think it's called Cognac on the website, and when I saw it I was like, yeah, I have to have it. I think the lights are probably washing it out a bit, but it's just that beautiful burnt orangey brownie type shade, and this is in the small size, but it's got the long handles. This actually fits my MacBook Air, which is amazing. So even though it's like it's like a smaller tote, it actually fits a really decent amount. I know that those aren't like super high-end luxury, especially those styles. However, those were 2 bag purchases that I was like so glad to have got, because they're very practical purchases. So they're much more like best purchases rather than favorite purchases, because do you know what? I do not like large bags, tote bags, none of that kind of thing, but they are so practical and they are so necessary. I needed a tote bag. That was just the reality, and I couldn't get away from it. And I was kind of like, should I look at like a higher end luxury tote? And I just felt like I don't have like endless amounts of money. I don't love a tote bag style that much, so I'm gonna save my money for the things that make my heart sing, as opposed to more like practical functional stuff, if that makes sense. Okay, speaking of bags that make my heart sing, how could my Gucci Dionysus, whatever, still don't know how to say it, how could this not feature on my favorite purchases list? So this is a favorite purchase. I just love it. I unboxed this in the summer, so this was like my birthday bag. I got it for an actual steal. I got it for half price because I got this pre-loved. My first ever pre-loved bag. It is really just gorgeous. Whenever I'm wearing something fairly plain or just kind of simple, this is the bag that I always go for, because it just adds a little pizzazz to an outfit. It either can add like a bit of edge which I like, or it can kind of add, am I right in saying this? It can add a little touch of femininity. I think because of the shape, because of the jewels, because of like the style of like a flat bag, I think it can add that sort of like feminine touch, but in an edgy way. I am a gold girl through and through, but I absolutely love the silver on this. Like it just could not be any other type of hardware. Like it just couldn't, you know? You couldn't, could you? And it's the jewels. It is the Swarovski crystals that sell this bag to me every freaking time. I am so obsessed with it. I've worn it a ton this year. I just always pull it out. I don't have many bags in my collection, so the bags that I do have, they work. They work. There's no babying around here. They have to be put to work. Okay, so the next favorite purchase on my list is my Tory Burch Perry Bomb crossbody bag. I think that's what it's called. I don't know why. I feel like the name is quite long. So this is obviously like a contemporary designer, but I'm including it in this list because contemporary designers are still luxury, are they not? I am smitten with this bag. I wore this in Paris. It was my runaround bag, and you would think like, what? Like, what could you possibly fit in this bag? I think I did do a what fits in the video where I unboxed this. I'll have that linked in the description. It fits everything that you need. Sorry, I asked my boyfriend to buy me some wine on his way home. I'm just making sure that that is still happening. Definitely a best purchase, and actually I kind of love it as well. I love the Tory Burch emblem on the front, and the leather is so soft and beautiful. Oh, I have one item that's hiding under everything else. It's my Holland Cooper. Is it Holland and Cooper or Holland Cooper? I can't remember. Belt, if we can just show it. I think I've worn this in quite a few videos. I got this in the summer, I think, and I got it for, I think it's £150. I wanted a logo belt, but I kind of didn't want like a really obvious logo belt, if that makes sense. So it's somewhere in between. It's a good option if you are thinking about a logo belt, but maybe don't want to spend as much as like a Gucci belt or whatever, or maybe you just don't like those belts. You want something that's maybe a bit better quality than high street. The leather on this is really great quality. I have worn this thing to death and it looks absolutely brand new. I would get more in different colors. None of the gold on here is fading or chipping. Okay, so the final item is a new item. I haven't even used it yet, but yet here it is on this list. But it had to feature because I've wanted it for like 8 months and I finally have it. And it is none other than my YSL Monogram clutch. When I unboxed it, I was like, oh, you know, it's a practical bag, gonna really just come in handy when I need a plain black bag for going out, whatever. When I did my what fits, I was like, no, you are amazing and you need more credit. This bag fits everything that I need it to fit. It fits more than my Pochette Felicie. This is the clutch that I've needed the whole year. I'm so glad that I finally have it. This is going to get so much wear next year, I can't even tell you. I haven't even used it and I want it in another color. I want it in like 4 colors. Like, it is so cute, so practical. Is this a best or is this a favorite? It's both. It doesn't make sense for it to be a best. I've never used it, but I still love her. She's a best. She's a favorite. She's both. She's both. I don't care what you say. So that was my favorite / best purchases of 2021. I'd love to know what your favorite or best purchases of this year have been. If you made it this far, you know what I'm gonna say. I'd love it if you subscribed, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.